What's Mount O Town?
Minute what? Motown?
I'm just joking.
All right.
Motown,
Hey everybody,
Looks like Motown.
welcome.
no,
It's a new year and a new season for the Saviors of the Sword Coast, the Stormbreakers. It is January 7th, and we are going to have some fun tonight trying to figure out where our butts are with both hands and where we left off, because that was like a month ago almost, when we had our last game session. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to Patrick, our player for Kineas, and he ran a special one-shot for us at our end-of-year hoo-ha, or whatever, doobly-doo. And so he's going to tell us what happened. Fill us in. Go, Patrick. Welcome.
In the tragedy that followed the defeat of Ebondeath, the party had a funeral for the fallen Cassius, who fell to the hands of the Bagman, and the hero Hans, who unfortunately died to a poison gas cloud by the servants of Ebondeath and Illyram Mortis, as well as that bastard Franz, who also died in the death cloud. But no one's really sad about that, so we're going to move on. Aeneas and Zamora, having a business outside of Leylon, decided to go forward into the world and departed from their friends for a short while. Aeneas going to scout the location and the happenings of his sworn enemy, Fairlight Stormsworn. And Zamara, well, when they return, we'll let them explain where they've been. As for the others, specifically Ozus, our cleric of Kasut, had a dream from his god telling him to go forth, cult, that he would open a door of fire, and that he shall avenge his god who had a servant, an evil axolotl fire elemental, who was raining doom upon a town in Cholt. Ozus invited the crew to come along with a promise of rewards. In the end, the people worshipped him as their pope, as a true scion and champion of Kasut. They went and fought the fire elementals, salamanders, and fire snakes. In the end, they even slew the elder beast, the axolotl, the Texlacapocl. And Kasut, giving to the locals, rewarded them with many powerful magic items, which I'll let the others tell you what they have. Let's start with the top. What did I give everybody as a reward?
Oz got a rod of hellish, one more time, hellish flames, which is kind of appropriate because I was just burning everything in sight. So now I can really burn everything in sight.
Dell, what did you get?
Dell?
The stun staff, and it's a magic quarterstaff. It has veins of sunstone running through it. Can make it glow if it's dark for people, and can do fire radiant damage, which is helpful. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You also found among these items in the temple a tan bag of tricks.
That is true.
That lets you summon one of 8 different creatures.
Yep. Throw a little fuzzy ball and it turns into a different creature for the day.
Yep. And Ezra, what did you receive?
I received a armor of chainmail of fire resistance.
And
It's
Zith?
pretty
How about
sweet.
yourself?
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Zith was
Fire
lucky enough to
stone.
get a wand of fireballs, which he's very excited about. He's read about them. He's seen them in action, but he's never had one of his own. And the more mysterious and nuanced decanter of endless water that he quickly threw in the bag of holding because nobody's going to carry that thing around.
Yes. Also, interesting fact about that decanter: it is in the shape of the axolotl you killed.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like it.
And so that's what everybody got in their adventure in Chult. You were all sent back, and now we're back here in Leylon, town we've all been protecting from the forces of darkness. And finally, you can rest.
Awesome.
Finally.
Jim,
Whew.
I'm trying to
Yes.
do a long. I don't know if you guys have tried a long rest too, but like I do it and nothing happens. Like I hit the button, it says, "Do you want to take one?" I click yes, and it's
You
just
have to
the same.
you have to click that's a new day off. Click that off.
Oh, I see. Got it. That made all the difference.
Yep.
Oh, and it automatically
Also,
rolled my portents. Awesome. That is so great.
Also, that you were given 2 items to hand over to your missing companions, who were apparently supposed to come with you guys, but just didn't.
Who?
You were given a crystal longsword for Kineas, and a star-shot hand crossbow for Zamara. Apparently, Casus was not expecting the other Stormbreakers to not show up, so he just left them some extra. He left you extra treasures.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't have to tell Kineas or Zamora these things. They left. Right?
This is true.
Oh, is that mean? Okay, all right. We'll discuss when we reunite with our beloved brothers in arms.
Okay.
But I am
All
excited
right.
about my
So
portent rolls.
that was
nice.
apparently Santa Claus showed up for that one shot and handed out magic items like frickin' Monty Hall.
Yeah, Jim
All
is
right.
disgusted.
Who's
Totally
Monty Hall?
disgusted.
Speaking of which, Jim was also a player in that one shot, and he played a fighter champion.
I did.
Yes.
Who was that? I don't remember.
No idea. It was.
I don't know
It
either.
was pretty much.
But anyway,
Yeah.
he was a cool dude who didn't really do much. There was no, yeah. Everyone else
You
kept
killed
killing
most
things
of
before
the
he got
enemies.
there.
I didn't
I
trust
don't
him.
think so.
He was a show
I don't
off.
think so.
Nice.
I don't even think that's true. I don't even think that's true. I was just
remember
just kind of
like you. Yeah, you ran in and killed most of the enemies.
I don't recall that whatsoever. If you
Checks
can't
out.
prove
Show
it,
off.
then I think I don't. Pictures or didn't happen. That's all I have to say. So, great. So now here we are in Leylon after you have returned from this weird teleportation trip, or maybe it was just a drug trip. I'm not really sure. The magic items that seemed to be there. So it wasn't, you didn't hallucinate. It wasn't like a group hallucination. You really went to some weird, far off place and came back again. And so since then, you have been in Leylon helping them to recover from the massive battle that took place. But a week or a 10-day or two before the massive battle that nearly leveled the town, took out large swaths of it because a dragon came through, undead armies came through, storm crazy acolytes of Talos came through, big drummers drumming, pipers piping, and a partridge in a pear tree. And so that was a big deal. Took out a lot of the town. You've been helping them kind of just like put things back again. The Tower of Thalavar is done. So guess what? now the primary the primary landmark in town happens to be a particular temple of a
Oh.
particular fire god.
Yes.
As the tower got
No
toppled
fireworks.
by the dragon. Remember, you guys rode that down to the ground. So,
Yeah.
so there you go. So, Leylon needs some cosmetic work, pretty good, significantly. So you've been kind of helping with that. Other people have come in, including Firshtanandanandanana, and he has brought a few others with him, and they're also helping to build the town up. All the while spouting off the grand advantages of worshiping a particular fire god that has all the right moves lately, and how clearly the survival of the temple shows the power of the god. So
when we went on our little side quest, for some reason, Ozus was just frying everything in sight. He was unstoppable.
yeah, weird.
It was a shock to me.
It's almost as if you were in a campaign specifically based on you.
Yeah, I was walking around like a god.
So cool. Then that leaves us with a couple of things. One is you maybe have some business to wrap up in Neverwinter. And maybe you have some business to wrap up somewhere on the high seas where you suspect Farrelly Stormsworn still leads the dreadnought around. And that's where we're at. What do you guys think?
Well, we can go to Neverwinter, give them an update, and then go after the dreadnought, get some support.
Yep. So you have a ship you can take to Neverwinter. That may be two birds with one stone. We'll see.
Right. What about the Mirror of the Deadmen? Are we still on with the lizard folk? Do we have a good pact with them?
Yeah.
Good.
They helped with the
Yeah,
the battle of Leylon pretty good.
Yeah. So that works out well there. So all in all, even though we were attacked, the port looks like it's going to thrive and become a bigger metropolis.
Indeed.
But Kineas and Zamara have come back, and we've reunited, and all of that stuff.
Sure.
Okay. I've reluctantly given Kineas the what is it? The flame tongue longsword.
No,
I guess we're
long story.
a crystal longsword, and we're holding the starshot crossbow for Zamara for her return.
Yes, and just let everyone know I've already given it to her character. So that's
Great.
anything we need to worry about. Yes,
And
exactly
Kineas,
like
remember one thing. If I remember correctly, I put the runestone on you.
yes, I
Uh,
still have that.
okay, good.
Or no, I think you actually have the ruin stone.
No, but I snuck it on you when we were battling.
Oh,
So I will give it to you somehow as we figure everything else out. Don't wait for me.
okay.
I don't have the
Today's the
runestone in
last
my
show.
inventory.
Yeah, but today is coming home from a long journey of like scouting Fairlight's location, meeting old friends, seeing his new house in Neverwinter for the first time. He'll come home and immediately ask, "Why does everything smell like brimstone?"
Ah, it's beautiful. It smells great here. If we could capture this and sell this smell, we can make more money.
Okay. You guys let Oz go wild here? Is what I'm taking from this.
Yeah, pretty
Are
much.
you just trying to burn the house down or something?
No.
He's looking around for like scorch marks.
Wait, Knaus died during the battle, correct?
No.
Yes.
Knaus is fine. Knaus is fine and right in front of you and wondering, dude, I'm
For
right here.
now.
Fuck. Yeah.
You're fine
And
for
Naya
now.
will just pop. Yeah. Will pop her head out. And was like, the fuck? Yeah. No, we're still here. Anaya says telepathically. Me and Dum Dum here, fine. He close calls. We're fine.
Okay. So
Yeah,
did you
we're okay.
did you find info about Fairlie?
Jim, did I find any information about Fairlight?
Nope, not yet.
Nope,
Interesting.
not a clue. I mean, you think a freaking an undead dreadnought with a skeleton on the has to be very easy to find. It is
Yeah,
not.
conspicuous.
Yeah, I asked all my contacts. I went to every port on that I could in the coast. Like, no one has seen the hide nor hair.
Do we know anybody in town who might have any ideas? Like, does anybody come to mind?
We can ask someone down at the port. But you would think that they would tell or say something.
You would think.
Yeah. What are you holding? What's that sword you're holding?
The sword I'm holding?
Yeah. The crystal longsword.
Oh no! I thought I had already given it to you. This. Well, this is actually for you. It's a gift from all of us. We ponied up for it. We found a craftsman while you were gone, and we all really, we value your membership and leadership in the Stormbreakers, and we all chipped in. We got you this crystal longsword.
Ansel just looked honestly shocked. This.
We love you, buddy. I would get,
God.
I would give you a little pat hug, like you're one of our guys. We missed you, man. I hope everybody's like trying to not crack up in character.
Yeah, Canadian just like looks from shock from the new sword he has to Zith, the others, and then like he just pulls Zith into a hug. Which, a bear hug with 19 strength, like I really knocked the wind out of you.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, this
Good
is
to have you
so
back,
generous.
big guy.
Thank you. Sorry, you
Well,
guys must be close to your treasure.
So, if we go to Neverwinter, we gotta. I guess we. Is there anything
we have to take the boat?
Yep, supplies or anything like that? Was it damaged during the battle?
Neverwinter, no, Neverwinter is fine.
No, I mean our ship.
Yeah, no, your ship is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, ship's fine. Oh, but you
So
guys need to see it. Our houses are incredible.
yeah, but I guess
incredible.
Indeed.
Well, so I guess we have some options, right? We can either go try and find Fairlie on the open seas, or yeah.
I say we go to Neverwinter and see if anyone's talked about them.
Sure, I'm down. Let's get on the ship.
So we're back at the house. We're getting everything together. Should we do anything in town?
Yeah, let's do stuff in town. It's a good call. I don't want to cheese it out, but I do want to look at one thing. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, because every time you look at one thing, we're falling down a hole.
Speaking of holes, I need to figure something out. Jim, you
Yes.
said there, when I got the spell teleportation circle, you said that there were some gates that were already available to me from right when I got that.
Yeah, one was like in Waterdeep. One was in Neverwinter, maybe.
But not one here in
Right, because it's a little podunk town.
got it.
You wouldn't have. I don't think anybody would have been able to share that with you right away, right? Like you could. I suppose the spell does have a way for you to create your own, right?
That's what I mean. Like, so guys, we could get to Neverwinter the really quick way if you wanted to.
Uh-huh. What's the catch?
No catch.
Okay.
I mean, we could just go to Neverwinter right now. Now, when we got there, we would not have our boat, but I don't have a way to get back. I guess because the thing I cast does not stay. It's
Oh,
a
no,
one-way ticket at this point.
No, I think if we're going to go to Neverwinter, we should.
Take the boat.
Yeah.
Let's take the
Y'all's
boat.
never been on a boat, so sounds exciting.
Oh. I think it's a bit. I mean, I've been on the most on and off for a long time, but yeah, they're not bad. Neverwinter has some pretty fun things to do in the port. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're in a rush. I mean, it's not like Fairlight's going anywhere. I mean, yeah, she's probably planning her next move, but still, nothing we can do till we find her. Let's take it easy. We beat the dragon. What's left?
Well, I'm sure there's other things going on.
Mm. Wait, so Ganesh, are you saying what? Let's not take the boat?
No, let's take the boat. Let's relax and chill in the open seas for a bit.
Yeah,
What's
Yeah,
let's
the worst
go.
that could
Chill.
happen?
So,
Let's get out there. Let's get a barge and let's get out there. Do we still have our crew of amazing where they were moon elves,
Drow.
right? Drow.
Drow.
Are they still there?
Yeah, they are Jarlaxle's Benray, right? Dearth. What's it called? Benray Dearth? So they're like a special clan. I think clan's probably
Yeah.
a good word for it. And Bragan Dearth, that's what it is. Bragan Dearth. So they are like a house of the Drow. A house, like a clan or family or tribe within the Drow. All right, so you do have some crew left.
Right.
They have replaced that crew with other crew as well, so that's why there's some still left. They're mostly acting as your like supervisors, right? They're training some crew how to properly hoist sails and keep the ship in ship-shape condition, how to man the cannons and the ballista, right? So you've got that going on. I would say that in general, you are pretty solid with your crew, and maybe after another voyage or two, those Brigand Earth are going to take off.
Makes sense.
Okay. So you have your own crew. Who wants to, or do you want to collaborate on important people in your crew? Who they are, what their names are, things like that. Is anyone interested in doing that, or would you like me to flesh that all out?
I would
Well,
be interested in helping with that.
Okay. Anyone else?
yeah, we should definitely do the captain, the first mate, the cook. I'll do the cook.
Okay. All right. So you could, if you wanted to, make that a journal entry, or you could just put that in the Discord and kind of stat out a character that in basic stats, like a short stat block instead of a full character sheet. You could do that. You could. So as you guys are involved somewhat in the hiring process, or at least by proxy through the Brigand Earth NPCs that are helping you rebuild your crew, so you can have some narrative control over who those characters are, and if they have any, quirks or special. You could do it in World Anvil if you wanted to make a character there too and fill in with quirks and other stuff. You may use whatever creative license you wish to present your characters, and just why don't you work on that together in the Discord and just come up with that. So I'm not going to interfere with that a whole lot. I may just reserve line item veto power, but otherwise you get to do whatever you like. Okay.
Okay.
Don't go too crazy.
Sounds good.
You're not going to make a whole cabal of mages running your ship with high power spells or whatever. Just don't even try.
Who would even consider doing that?
Yeah. So just make some interesting characters and then we'll bring them to life. Okay. All right. That could be the B cast, right? So maybe we'll run a classic little adventure for them while you guys are off doing something and the ship's available. Maybe they'll go do something and we'll have a little adventure with just those guys or something. That might be fun.
Okay.
Like, what's the cook going to do in this situation, right? Things like that. That might be fun.
Do you have a particular species? Do we have to use the word species now, or race?
No, they're races. That's nonsense. So,
Any race we want?
well, I don't know about that. I'm not going to just say any race. I'm not going to let you. Look, I've been watching a lot of Supernatural episodes, binging that while I was sick. I am not signing any contracts that might give you too much power. Not gonna happen. So yes, but you can go. I mean, I'm not limiting your character races, but you're not going to get anything that's out of the monster manual or something like that. I'm not going to let you have monster races for your crew. That's outside the scope of your crew.
Okay.
Your crew will reflect the typical demographic of the Sword Coast, which is largely human, and then other races, right? Like the Sword Coast is like 60 to 70% human. It's supposed to be, at least. That's the actual demographic. So player characters don't have to follow that because you're player characters. You're like the heroes of the story. You come from wherever and have whatever background. And so that's why we have only one human in our crew right now.
Hello.
Yeah, it is you. Yeah. All
literally
right.
from Neverwinter. So yeah.
Exactly. All right. So, any more questions about that?
No.
Would you say that would be better for us, like at least for the our backup characters in this? It would be like creating level 5 characters.
Yeah, not backup characters for you, but maybe, like I said, what's the word? Star Trek Adventures is a really good name for that. Like there are, like, not backup characters, but they're like your B cast.
Yeah,
like the
they're not
secondary cast.
NPCs. They're oh, there's a word for it. They actually have rule sets.
Yep, I know. It's almost like the B cast or the supporting cast or something like that. Supporting characters.
Okay, so we're not using actual player stats for them. Question.
You're going to use like NPC short stats.
Okay.
So they'll have stat blocks like they were monsters out of the monster manual. Stat blocks. They're shorter little stat blocky things. The summaries of the whole character. Just do that. For the key characters of the ships. You can decide who that is. Who's the bosun? Who's the ship's captain? Who's the, if there's a pilot, if there's a ship's cook, that's important. That's actually an important role on a ship. So, any of those things. Like, who are the officers, so to speak, on your ship?
Okay.
And then if you want to line out some funny names, use a name generator or come up with your own for just some other random sailors that are on your ship, you can do that too. That might be fun. Might be just fun to do.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys coordinate that in the Discord. If you need a
Okay.
special channel, I'll create it for you. All right. So good. So you guys have made quite a mark on the land. You've slain an ancient green dragon somehow that happened to be possessed by a Dracolich, that spirit, Dracolich ghost that possessed you guys, but you beat it down too. And so now you've got a crap ton of treasure from there, and you have basically taken out 2 legendary dragons.
Yeah. Cool.
Killed him dead. So then, because I'm pretty sure that you killed the green dragon, right? You killed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We made sure that
I
audio
recall you
monitor
dropped
was
it.
never coming back.
No witnesses.
Yes.
Got it. Yep. All right. So you got that because you already stole all her treasure. All right.
Yes.
So, all right. So
Cool.
you've done that.
I killed it.
You're rebuilding Leylon. You're thinking about maybe a trip to Neverwinter, maybe a cruise on the boat. Where are we headed? What's going on? What are the Stormbreakers going to do?
Let's see.
Let's head to Neverwinter
Yeah.
if that's where we have to check. If that's where we have to check in.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, I think that's a good
And
idea.
maybe never. I mean, we've done a lot of cool stuff at this point. I'm sure like news has traveled there, or if not, we could deliver it to him that we have done all these amazing things in his
Just how amazing you are.
dominion. Yeah. So happy to
Have any
go.
news of Thoralia?
Farallai.
Fairlie. Thoralia.
For all you know, it's Farallai. All right. So cool.
After 3 days of relaxing, or 2 days on the relaxing high seas, the storms, the pirates, just a couple guys and a ship full of people.
Indeed. Indeed.
Deldron. There he is.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who's missing? Ezra? No, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is the map of Neverwinter, one of the latest maps. It does have the Chasm District pretty much healed up. There were some issues with that town after the explosion of the volcano some 40 to 50 years ago.
I'll be right back.
And then just the town itself has had to be rebuilt. So this is about where you came in, where it was in this fully restored way, and so the Daggold has actually moved into Castle Never, and he now kind of rules from there as the de facto king, not the real king, but kind of the de facto king. He is the Lord Protector. He doesn't actually refer to himself as a king, but he's clearly the de facto ruler of this town.
Look his way.
Yep.
If Neverwinter had an election, Janaeus would vote for him.
Yeah, so you remember, does anyone remember some of the interesting things that you learned from your little foray to go after this weird...
I remember one specific thing
Cult?
regarding Mr. Neverember for sure.
Yeah, he's not actually related to the old royal family.
All right, so that was one of the little secrets that this woman thought that was definitely going to get her killed. So she kind of disappeared. After you rescued her, she kind of said, I'm leaving town. I'm going to go disappear because I don't want to be dead tomorrow. And that's why she thought she was kidnapped, right, by this cult, was because they were after that secret, which she did not spill. So no one knows it except whoever was escorting her out, and she had that conversation, right, about how she was now fearing for her life. Yeah, so you guys have had that imparted to you. Zamara shared that back again to you guys, and so there you go. The any other secrets that you guys remember?
Let's see. There was the lady who I walked out. Let's see, what was her deal again? Didn't she have visions of Vecna and that caused her to lose her powers or something?
Yeah, she actually was a she was a... I'm looking for my list of secrets while I'm talking to you. She was a plains traveler. Her magic was really pigeonholed into being able to travel all of the multiverse, or not the multiverse, but the different planes of existence. And so she did see that she I'm looking for the actual list because where is it? Rosie? Nope. That's the wrong one. I know I moved the secrets into this folder. So, there they are. One. There they are. Okay. No, those are backstories. Where are the secrets? Appendix.
Just as Jim is doing that, by the way, I was thinking of the sidekick rule sets.
Mm-hmm.
We could use that for the shipmates.
Sure.
How does that work?
It's on
Good.
page. There's a whole break. If you look, go D&D Beyond and type in sidekick, it's in Tasha's Cauldron, page 142. It gives
Basically,
you a
there are
whole.
3 classes that cover all
Yeah.
the bases.
Yeah. That's something we could probably use.
Yeah. I mean, we had a sidekick for a little while, didn't we? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Quinn Hightopple. He was a nice guy.
All right. So you guys know Andrina. That's the woman with the. Found my list of secrets. So Andrina knew that Lord Neverember claims to the throne are not legitimate. And Sarcelle is the other one. Sarcelle recently had a vision about a desiccated man causing something terrible to happen.
Desiccated man. That means he's dead, right?
It was
Withered?
Vecna.
Desiccated is kind of withered.
So he's like dead, but he's not.
I saw an emaciated skull.
In real life?
No, Dell saw an emaciated skull with a glowing green eye. This is what he infiltrated a cult, and they were extracting secrets.
Oh, so you have something to talk about that you haven't discussed yet.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this emaciated skull talked to me. It didn't really say much, but it just kind of said it would be watching me and that we'd meet again. And something about potential. That's when I got my charm of the creeping hand.
Under what circumstances did you have this dream or encounter or whatever?
So I infiltrated a cult, and there were cultists doing like their circle ceremony thing, and
Okay.
the leader like pulled up like shadows from them and like said, "Release your secrets to me," and it just kind
Got
of
it.
like and it ate them. Kind of like smoke dark shadows, and the skull kind of appeared after I got in there and defeated the cultists, and it was just me left. This skull came up and out of the circle and talked to me. It was
Okay.
very, very unsettling.
But that's when you
But
got your
just
gift from Vecna, right?
yes,
Okay.
you
Cool.
guys were just talking about secrets, and I don't know, it made me think of that.
Yep.
So thanks
That's
for
good
that.
info.
So, what was your experience when you received your charms?
For us,
Yeah.
let's see. So we had just saved this classic dude. A half. I think it was a gnome priest of Denier. I'm trying to remember.
Alberto?
And
That's not who you saved. Who
Yeah.
was it?
No, like it was a priest.
Yeah.
He was
There's like a
he was
half
trapped
elf.
in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, half elf. Yeah, he was trapped in a cage. He was a priest worshiper of Denier, like myself. I was all gung ho about helping him. And as we were in the middle of fighting, suddenly everything went wibbly wobbly, and we were traveling through this, honestly, kind of like a void, and our secrets are being sucked out of us. And we saw Vecna. He thought we were interesting, and he gave us a gift. We each had to choose between eye and hand, and everyone but Oz's chose eye.
What did you look like?
Emaciated skeleton man.
Okay, yeah, big gross skull.
Yeah, had only one eye.
Yeah, glowing.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
guy.
That's the guy for sure.
That guy's name, the elf you saved was Eldon Keyword.
Eldon, yes. I promised to sell him that book that the Bagman stole.
Hmm.
Stupid Bagman. Deservedly got. Killed Cassius. Stole my stuff. I was lucky to even get my snow globe back. And Canaz will hold out a snow globe of Neverwinter, but it seems like it's more antique. It's not the modern Neverwinter, it's like an older version of it. This, we went to Never Death. God, I hate that place.
So where to now, boys?
Oh, well, we can either start by going to our new homes, which you guys haven't seen yet, or we can head straight to Lord Never Ember and report back.
How much time, like what time is it, Jim? I mean, we probably spent a couple days sailing up here.
Yeah. It takes a couple days to sail up, and then you have houses to stay in. They aren't really furnished or anything. I don't think they're not. It's not like the HQ you got in Leylon that was good to go, but I believe they're pretty much in the Blue Lake district. So you can probably, you find things you're looking for in Blue Lake, which used to be the Black Lake district, but it's now Blue Lake. So it's now called the
Why
Blue
was it
Lake
called
district
Black Lake District?
because the lake was black
And now it's blue.
That's not great.
and it's not black anymore. Yep.
But can I ask know why it was black?
I think that there was something in the water that caused that to be the black. It's a good question. Might be worth digging into if you really want to know some lore.
It's just one of the things that he's from here. I know this is definitely like the place where a lot of the rich people live, right?
It's been blue ever since you've been there, right? So
Yes. I think it's kind of like one of the things that he kind of heard about it. Is also like he's never investigated deeply. But I would know that Blue Lake is where a lot of the rich fancy people live, right?
yes, yeah, it's the same district where the Castle Never is actually on the edge of. Yeah.
What do we know about the Moonstone Mask?
That is an earth moat. It's on an
Got
earth
it.
moat. It is a fancy, like Hilton hotel. A lot of bigwigs, celebrities, that sort of thing, will go there. There's always balls, and there's the masquerade balls that go on there, and all. It's just the high life. It is the epitome of decadent entertainment.
Well,
It's like this cup of tea. Yep.
While we're here, could we go to the Beach Leviathan and see if there's any kind of pirate activity occurring that's making it the rumors or the news are making their way here?
Yeah, sure. Sure. So the Beast Leviathan on the map is, I think, around number 7, right?
Yeah, it's 7, and then there's the
So
tavern.
yeah, it's actually a big ship that
Mhm.
got retired and dry docked, kind of, and so now it is a tavern and an inn. So the last captain is the owner of this establishment, and yeah, so there's definitely a swarthy group of people in regular attendance at this place. You know, always can find, pretty much everything there except a fist fight. Those are not well tolerated by the captain. So, but definitely a lot of, Captain Jack Sparrow kind of things going on there. So yeah, you find out from there. I want you to roll a social skill.
Persuasion, performance, deception.
Let's see. Under your skills, and we can do this like a group skill where just most of you have to succeed. So maybe, let's see, insight might be helpful, but let me look and see if there's something else. Performance, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, survival. This might be an urban survival skill, but survival's mostly out and about. So how about I'll let you choose. You can do deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, or persuasion. You have to just justify why you chose the skill you chose. And you all roll.
Okay.
So you can choose your best skill, but you need to justify how you are working the crowd or whatever it is you're doing, to get any information, rumors, that sort of thing.
Did you say an investigation or insight? Any of those?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
you can use both of those. Either
So,
of those.
yeah, you and the whole group has to pick one, or we each pick our best?
You can pick your best.
Okay.
And you're kind of working the
Zith would
crowd in different ways, right?
Yeah, Zith would definitely be glad handing, sleight of handing, not stealing stuff. It's sort of just perusing the crowd, seeing like where the money is, seeing where the games are,
You
trying
can
to
do
listen
sleight
in
of
on
hand
some.
if you want.
No, I'll use investigation. That's
Okay.
fine. And I'm really searching out for any news that might be helpful to us.
Right. Yep.
I
Dell
shouldn't
will
have rolled with
do
advantage. That's not my fault.
Dell will do insight.
Yeah, it's going to do the same.
He's patrolled before, and he's pretty good at kind of reading people as he goes through a crowd. So he'll go with that.
Okay.
I got a 12. I don't know why it rolled with advantage.
But it didn't. So I don't know. That's Dell's roll. Hold on. I missed.
Yeah, it rolled twice. So the first one
Zith's
was
rolled twice. It
three.
was weird.
I saw 2 dice, but it looks normal. All right. So you got a 12. You got a 15. All right. Who else?
I was going to do an insight to see who's
Okay.
who's telling a fish tale and who's not, to see
Yeah.
if we can get closer to what's going on.
Yep. Okay, go for it.
How come it's coming up twice?
Nope.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Are you pressing the alt key?
No,
no,
I didn't.
just double clicked on it. Let me try it again.
Oh, you double click. Try just a
No,
single
no, no, no. I
click.
just clicked once, is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it keeps coming up twice.
No.
I only did once out that time.
You know what? It's probably the keys are real sensitive.
Maybe.
I did insight as well, just because that's my best skill and didn't do so hot.
Yeah, I didn't do so hot either. How come I got a 20
So-
all the time?
I just did that because I was testing. Just a single click on the skill name rules it. So
Yeah, I think I clicked twice.
it's
I am
very
actually going
possible.
to roll persuasion.
Okay.
It's not
Good.
case.
You want to get somebody
Oh,
to
wow.
tell you. You're trying to talk them into giving you some good, juicy details.
Yeah, not even that. Like, I'm looking specifically for people I know. I used to, I'm an urban bounty hunter, right? This was my territory. Right? I know the people, both
Yeah.
the reliable ones, the untrustworthy, people I've arrested, people I've helped.
Yep. And unfortunately, they know you too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And that's where this 8 comes from.
It's someone I arrested, isn't it?
Okay. All right, Ezra, you got an 11. I see Ozus, out of your many rolls, you have about a 10, I think, is your first roll for insight.
Yeah.
Dell, you got a 15. Zith, you got like a 12. Okay. All right, so you kind of work the crowd in your own way. You're kind of circling around. You tag team. You're, once in a while you take 2 angles on the same guy, with your special way. Insight to kind of go, yeah, that guy's full of hooey, and persuasion to get him to like, come on, stop telling tall tales. What's going, So you eventually find out that there is talk that there are a couple of people who have apparently, at least they believe it, and they seem to be reliable in their information, that they definitely have heard from other reliable sources that there is a magical fog bank that's roaming the Sea of Swords and taking out merchant ships. Like robbing them or otherwise sinking them. And there doesn't seem to be a pattern. No one's been able to figure out a pattern to it. It seems random whether this mystery fog bank is a problem. Now, another source of information corroborated a little bit in that when the ship was well armed, the fog bank that was seen on the horizon, this fog was starting to roll in, and there was some kind of figure on a giant eagle that flew toward them, and they changed course. And so the eagle, but they could tell there was someone riding the eagle. That's how close it got, close enough to tell that. And then the eagle turned and went back. Like it was maybe forewarning that was not a good place to come. So as they changed course, the giant eagle, the rock, turned. That's right. They were riding Dwayne Johnson and turned and kind of flew back toward the fog bank and disappeared. So that's all the information you're able to get out of working the crowd that night. I want everyone to lose a gold piece from having to buy drinks and drinking yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Blend in.
You know what? Because everyone bought me that very nice sword, I will pay for all the gold pieces.
Oh, too kind, too kind.
Hey, this is nothing compared to what you guys did for me.
Too gullible.
As he's paying the guy, I'm looking at the other guys like, oh my god, this is so great. Would there be the sort of thieving kind, my kind of people there?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Like, would there be my people that I can maybe commune with in some thieves' cannery? If I could identify them?
inside the Leviathan?
Yeah, yeah,
Sure, but they would be low key.
got it. Could I like thieves camp my way into like asking them, identifying them, and asking them like, look, we need some real information here. Like, where in town can somebody come across that? You know, and we have some money to spend.
What are you looking for?
We are looking for Fairlight Stormsworn, and we want to know if anybody's seen her dreadnought on the open seas. We got some info about a fog cloud. That
Yeah.
sounds right up her alley. But if there's more information or more detail, we'd be in the market.
So the detail that you are able to add to that, it's pretty much the same kind of thing, but the detail that you're getting any beyond that is only that the fog was seen more to the north.
Got it.
And is moving south. So they don't know
It's
how
moving
fast
towards
it moves.
Neverwinter.
It's coming down to it
From
was
the
up
north,
toward
yeah.
Luxon. It was up toward Luxon. Luskin.
Yep. Well, I
And-
would definitely tip my man for that for that. And I would give him 5 gold pieces for his info, and I would thank him profusely.
You guys, you rich people now, I swear. All right.
I know, right? It's nice.
Whole trickle down thing works. All right.
It works.
Yeah.
So I'd share that with the team. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like it's coming down this way.
Luskin was where the
Do
ship was from, wasn't it?
Luskin, I forget why we know Luskin. It's like the pirate hold, right?
That's where the people we stole our ship from came from.
Yeah, the pirate town. Sounds like it's coming down from there. Like, we can go meet them if you feel like we need some more crew, or maybe some more ships. Maybe Never Ember is, he's seen what we can do. Maybe he'll help us out again.
No, we still need to report back to him about our progress. I think I will want to get. Let's hold off for a day or so if we can find out some more information about like how many ships they have. If it's just the one, then I say I feel pretty comfortable with it just being our ship. Anything more, we're gonna need more people.
Okay. If you think there's a way to find that much level of detail beyond what we already have.
I don't think so. I don't think another day was gonna hurt us.
All right. Good.
Also, do not. You see that guy with an eye patch? Avoid him. That is man. He has been trying to get me to touch him all day, so I would get kicked out of here. I arrested him for drug dealing about a year back.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, you're dealing, a highly illegal and addictive substance to 16-year-olds. They don't want that. The authorities don't want that on the street. Have you ever even heard of Tinkle Tinkle Little Star?
Zip is rolling his eyes in disgust.
I know. It is bad. It is bad. I will give Mac the middle finger and then walk out with the rest of the crew.
Del, you're a roguish type, right? I forget.
No, but I'm.
Oh, you're monk.
Yeah, I'm monk.
It's Zamara who's my fellow.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. All right. Well, okay. Well, you want to go find our houses? Caneus, you sound like you know where they are.
Yes, I visited them while I was traveling, looking for information last time. Which honestly, I didn't even get. I asked in the same bar 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, and I didn't find any of this stuff.
Lead the way, my brother.
Okay, I will warn you guys, we're about to enter snooty rich people territory, which I guess we are one of those
Zip
now.
is very excited about this new uh, neighborhood that we're in. He sees a lot of upside.
Mhm.
So we're going back to the pad.
Oh yeah. And as we're going, Zith would be casing the entire way, like what seems like some good getting if we're bored and we're here for too long. The nice houses, the ones that aren't that, no dogs, no bars on the windows. He has his eye out.
Yeah, I used to be invited down here to do as a bodyguard for parties sometimes. It's a pretty nice area. Plenty of guards and security. I say specifically looking at Zip. The thing that people want to feel safe. And if something does go down, there's always the Adventurers Guild nearby to hire, the right ruffian for the right job.
Indeed.
Also, actually, are any of you guys members of the guild?
I'm not.
Really? How about you, Del? Are you a member of the guild?
Guild? No.
Yeah, I think you guys buy sometimes. Get you signed up. It's nice to have like an official, license to go around chopping people's heads off. You need it.
Well, the guild does something for the community as well, right?
Oh yeah,
Are you
totally.
guild or a bunch of people or roughnecks that are going around beating people up?
Tomato. I mean, not all they do, but let's put it this way: when you need someone to fight the giant rats in the sewers, you call the Adventurers Guild. People want the, it's not like we're
Makes
acting like
sense.
as public servants, but we are great exterminators. Or when you're looking for a job and and a contract and you find something, Adventurers Guild. Great place to get bounty hunting work.
Sounds resourceful.
Mm-hmm. You're from Waterdeep, don't they have a branch down there?
Yes, but Zith, yeah,
No,
he
I'm aware you're not
Zith belongs to
the
it.
guild.
Zith belongs to a different guild, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like you should know about the guild. I'm sure they arrested you plenty of times.
Oh, I know about the guild. Stay away. That's what I say.
Maybe will roll his eyes. It's just just make sure you're on the right side of the law 80% of the time. Very helpful when that 20% when you're not.
Well, when you say the right side of the law, are you side of the law that takes kickbacks?
I'm saying the side of the law that tells you you are allowed to break into someone's home because they have something they shouldn't. And you've just been hired through a legal organization to retrieve said item. Or, oh yeah, Mac has been selling drugs to teenagers, and people are not happy about that. That side of the law. Or, oh no, there's a local necromancer in the Chasm district trying to do some nonsense. That happens more often than you think.
So what do you guys think? Are we all good to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go see our new houses.
Okay, so like I said, you're going to need to decorate, furnish, etc. these new houses, and also finish up some of the remodeling that's being done after it was structurally restored. You're going to need to fill in some interior walls, like plaster them and such. But for the most part, they're suitable to inhabit. The roofs are, done, but for the most part, they're nice. They have a lot of potential.
But what? You're hesitating.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Just don't go down in the basement.
Yes. As far as I was here for like at least a day or so when I was passing through. I didn't see like any signs of anything weird, did I?
How define weird?
Magic circles, cult iconography that's been badly
Body
washed
part.
away. You know, signs of ghost activities. The normal stuff.
Smell of death, rotting flesh, nothing like that. No.
Yeah, just completely normal guys. We just happen to get very good houses for being on the right side of the law and doing a very good job.
That's right. He's not wrong, is he? Daggle Never Ember came through. Rewarded you for quashing a cult of, I don't know, some weird desiccated dude.
Yeah, the whispered one.
Oh, there you go. The whispered one.
Yes, Candace remembers that from his studies.
Okay. So you may spend some of your hard-earned cash to furnish these places if you would like, finish remodeling them. So again,
we each have a house.
yes,
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't expect that.
you each have a house. He gave each of you the deed to a property in the Blue Lake District. That was his big reward for you. Except Dell. Dell didn't get that.
Does anybody's house have a garden?
They certainly could. They won't be estates. They will be nicer houses. Like, I would say, sort of like low noble, right?
Yeah.
Not
That is
not
just
not
fine
a
for
high
Zip.
noble, right? Not highborn estates, but decent, right? So you may have a fountain and a gate before, with a walkway up to your door, that kind of thing. You might have
Dell
a
prefers to
lawn.
sleep outside anyway. So
Yeah.
if anyone has a garden,
You certainly could have a lawn with a garden or some kind of fenced, area that's probably overgrown and not kept, right? There's no groundskeepers or anything like that. You just got this thing that they kind of did some rebuilding on, and most of it is exterior to make it look better, right? So you got to do the interior. They just made it look like it's a nice place. And mostly the street facing. Anything that is not really seen, they didn't do a lot of work on. So clearly the orders were dress up this town, right? get it back to normal, and then everybody gets a fixer-upper when they come and buy property here again. It looks great on the outside. It has great curb appeal, but they're
These
all
are like
fixer-uppers.
these are like the Italian houses that they're selling for $1.
Oh yeah, like it's on Sicily and whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, everywhere in
Exactly.
Italy. Like, yep, come on in, it's yours.
It's yours. Up.
You got to fix it all up.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what you've got. So based on that, I give you again creative license to draw up your floor plan and your general property. Again, it's going to be not a super fancy place, but certainly not a tent over in the Chasm district, right? Those guys, that's Poorville right down there. And then they turn it into like this market place, which you went to on the flip side of this city. Like that's where the market is all held there in that Chasm district. So you have some middle upper class medieval housing, nice decent housing, low noble. Okay, so you're welcome to draw that up or get a picture of it or do something to depict what that is for you. And so Zith, you make that a place where you put a magic circle or whatever it is your spell is.
Yeah, but you have to cast it for every day for a year to make it a permanent one. But yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that. Yeah, all right. So you guys got that. Now, once you see your places and you kind of get a reckoning of how you want to furnish it, you could keep it Spartan, not a problem. It's livable. Neverwinter doesn't really get that cold during the winter times. It certainly never snows like along the banks, or the river never freezes over, that sort of thing. The river is the kind of the source of warmth in the city. But yeah, it stays kind of mild would be a good term for the winters. It definitely snows there, but mostly on the outskirts of the town, out toward the walls, away from the river, that sort of thing. So you will have a nice place that you can use. It is winter right now, so your travels up the Sword Coast were wrought with cold and some wind and certainly rain or sleet. And then as you get it into Neverwinter and you start getting in through town, you feel it kind of warm up a little. It's more like, Arizona in the winter where it's like 55 degrees right now, I think. So, yeah, 57. So it's not too bad. You can go outside maybe with a light jacket and hang out there. So that's kind of where Neverwinter is, and so you guys will be and who is the skeptic in this group? Who's always
Zith is for sure a skeptic.
All right,
Definitely
so Zith, make
doubt
it
too.
okay. All right, so you two make insight checks since you spoke up quick first.
Okay. I'll try to just make one.
Just try to click on it 3 times and see what happens. Kidding, just once. All right. Dell, for sure. You notice as you're looking around at these guys' houses,
Damn it.
You put together a little piece of information in your head that you can choose to share with the others if you want, but you notice that the way these houses, they're close to each other, they're not next door, they're near each other, they're far enough away from each other that one property may not really be aware of what's going on at the other property, but all of the properties are within line of sight of Castle Never. I mean, it's a very tall castle.
Mhm.
It goes up.
Yeah.
It's very big. But it looks like it's in the shadow of Castle Never, basically. So your thought is that maybe there was a purpose to the specific properties you were given.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And if you choose to
I'll-
share that with Zith, he'd catch on to that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'll share it with Ziff. That I think maybe you guys, someone's watching.
They're always
And just
watching.
kind of
Cal.
gesture up at the tower, at the castle.
Zip looks up and just like cringes, like fuck. He should have thought of that. Of course, we should tell the guys. We just got to keep it cool. We don't have anything to hide, but you know, Zith's worried because he has some other ambitions, maybe some late night ambitions that might be complicated by
Extracurricular.
Yeah.
some extracurriculars that might be complicated by this. But we should tell Goody Two Shoes and the priests that we just got to be on. Like we are definitely under watch, and we were given these houses specifically here for a specific reason.
Yeah.
So this wasn't an accident why we're here.
No.
I mean, we've met him a couple times. I think it's a bit of a stretch to say we're important enough that he has to watch us.
Well, he knows what we're capable of. Don't forget, we are capable of kicking serious ass. I have to go on mute for one.
True. I mean, like I said, I still think it's a bit of a stretch, but I'm not stupid enough to disregard what you're saying. I mean, let's put it this way. I am a big personal supporter of the Lord Protector. You know, he's really cleaned up the city since I was a kid. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, this place was way different. You do not
When you were growing up
near
here.
that. Yeah. So the reason everything is so nice now is Lord Never Under pumped money here like no one's business.
And your own few interactions, right, have been.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's very busy most of the time from our interactions, and we we're bringing him is usually a big deal, but also, I mean, we're somewhere on the to-do list. I mean, I think it might just be, might not even be him who assigned us these houses. He just said to an aide, "Hey, assign these people some houses,"
Mm-hmm.
and so who can say? I'm not disregarding it, but also, I mean, he's a very busy person. He's someone to spy on us specifically, especially since it's been weeks and this is our first time showing up.
Said every cop and bounty hunter ever.
Okay, first of all, I'm a bounty hunter.
I'm just saying, Caneas, you need to,
And it
I
might
know
not
you're
be
always
him.
on the
Could
right
be
side of the
someone
law.
else
Sure.
influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's probably one of his aides who wants to spy on us. See if they can pump us for political pressure, find out what that lady told Samara, that kind of stuff. Nothing involving the Lord Protector. A full-on Lord Emperor apologist. But hey, we got cool houses. I mean, I would have so much nicer than where I grew up.
For sure.
Oh yeah. So, what do you guys thinking to do with your houses? This you're gonna do a bunch of magic stuff to it. Sure.
Zitha's going to be very preoccupied with other things for sure. I'm not going to go to Restoration Hardware Inn of Neverwinter. Um, I do like the idea of a garden, but I'm not going to go nuts on doing this house because I don't know how long we're actually going to be here.
Do I have a
Yeah.
fireplace? Does my place have a fireplace?
Of course.
It has to,
Okay.
of
Yes,
course.
of course.
What's the closest temple for me to pray? Is it
It
one-
would probably be in the Protector's Enclave. So across the bridge.
over the
I'm gonna
river
look
and
at
the
Ezra.
wood? Let me see those directions.
Mhm.
Should we?
So you would
form
take the
fire
the
brigade?
Dolphin Bridge.
Jay's gonna turn to Ezra, thinking suddenly, should we inform the local fire brigade about Ozus?
No.
He's fine.
Yeah, what was that?
No, I said, should we inform the local fire brigade about Ozus?
Ah,
He's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But all
He
right,
hasn't
so
set his house on fire this week.
are we spending like is it nighttime at this point, Jim? Or
Sure.
yeah,
However long
all
you want to
right.
spend.
So
Yeah.
you guys want to go to dinner? You want to go to a tavern? You want to set up your
Yeah, let's go to a
our
dinner.
little houses?
Yeah. Let's see. The last time we were here, we were at the. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, we went to the Fallen Tower, right? And we went to watch the show.
Yep, that was to the east. Yep, you watched that show.
Yeah. Well, if the show might be wrong, so we're watching it go fall down to their inevitable death over and over again. But hey, it's a thing you show your friends.
Is the Pirate Skyhold a fun place?
You can't get there, but yeah.
I mean, I could get there, but
Yeah.
I
It's
guess not everybody
another
else
Earth
can.
moat. It's another Earth
Yeah.
moat.
And there's no
Uh,
like ladder up or whatever.
No.
You have
Correct.
to fly in. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the Shard of the Moon
Talk about
or Driftwood Tavern? There looks like some great places.
Yeah.
What happens to our crew while we're here?
They
I think
some
they stay on the
ship.
boat.
They rotate on leave. They'll get shore leave.
they're doing what sailors do. Mostly probably in places that we don't want to find them or think about them going to.
I have a bunch of little samples of stuff that's out there. Let me dig them up on Discord and
Let's see. And Jim, remind me, what is the Emerline Trade House again?
the what?
The Temaloon Trade House. I know it's probably not a restaurant, but
Oh, yeah. It's a store where you can buy stuff. Hold on while I pull up. Let me go into my inactive servers. There was a group that wanted to go exploring. So I found a whole bunch of stuff.
you guys can always come see the House of Knowledge. It's one of the large temple in the city.
Okay. So I've got it here for you. Let's see. Which one were you interested in? You said? Not Shard of the Moon, Fallen Tower. What did you call it?
The Tamaloon Trade House.
Number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
I imagine that's a store.
Sure. You just picked the one that I didn't do. I think everything else is in here except that. I'm looking. I'm like, where the heck is it?
So there's this guy Murphy, and
not in this list. Because she didn't ask about like arcane acquisitions. Is that in the list anywhere?
That is not on the list.
Nope.
Oh.
But I like the sound. I like the sound of that.
Swift Heart Sundries, Priscilla's Perfumes and Potables, Branwyn's Sharp Edge, Branner's Dependable Defenses, the Moonstone Mask, the Beach Leviathan, the Fallen Tower, Shard of the Moon.
Mask is on there, yeah.
Okay.
But I am in for a magic shop for certain. I would go check it out whenever we have time, not immediately.
Yeah.
So Arcane Acquisitions is a magic weapon shop. You won't find
Amazing.
A lot at your to your specific taste there probably. But in the VTT chat, I've dropped in a couple of details about that. Tilla's Perfumes and Potables. Copy, paste. So there'll be some places you could go here that are very shoppy shop. It's a regular weapons place, so copy. This is Branwyn's Sharp Edge. You bought stuff here before, I think.
The potions of poison rings.
The Moonstone Mask. Copy. No. Copy picture. So you can pull these up and have a look at them. They should pop up for you, I think, if you click on them, don't they?
Yep. Ooh, this looks good.
Here's your Beached Leviathan. Whoops, that's not good. What the hell's that?
Ugly.
Yeah. I want to delete that one. Just delete. I think I did copy link instead of copy image. Yep. All right, so there's that. This is the Fallen Tower that you went to. Copy image. Paste it in here. And then the Shard of the Moon. I think Zith asked about that. All right. So some of the descriptions, there is a couple of districts to be aware of. This is the Moonstone Mask. There's a picture of this, copy image. So you can see that it is it's called an earth moat. It's an earth moat. And so this is a floating island, right? And so let's see if I can grab this. So just so you know, you have places to stay, so I know you're not going to be staying here, but it adds to some of the flavor of the town that you're in. Whoops. I had Kineas selected, so it looks like Kineas is posting all this stuff. Not sure how that happened. All right. There is the House of Knowledge, so there's some information about that. There's information about the docks in general. Then the earth moats in general, so let's do that. So lots of little background information I'm pulling out of a previous Discord to another group that went exploring around in here. So there's different places to go. There's Castle Never, a little bit more about that. Okay. The Black Lake District is now called the Blue Lake District, right? I pulled a lot of this lore out of a 4th edition book that had some cool lore and background information. So there's a bunch there. Sorry for the formatting on that, but that's what it is.
I'm surprised that D&D Beyond didn't come with a new handbook for Neverwinter, especially
Yeah,
after.
you'd be surprised about that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or at least
There's
the
a
Greyhawk
lot of
setting.
things they did
that was
that
like
don't make sense.
that's like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Let's shut the world.
All right. I think that's most of the lore drop for this one. So a bunch of stuff to look at, different points of interest.
So let's see. My personal vote for what we eat tonight is the Moonstone Mask. I will say it's on the more expensive side, but the company there is incredible. The food is pretty good too. At least from what I hear. I've never actually been there.
I think the Beach Leviathan is where we should probably hang out for a while.
Yeah, it's a little lower
One
scale, but pretty
place
good.
One place you haven't been, I don't think yet, is House of a Thousand Faces.
Let's see. Where is that?
It's in the Black Lake District.
Yeah,
Blue Lake District.
That's right next to it right now. Right behind me and Zip. Did any of you guys notice if you print this out and put it up against a mirror, it says Paul is dead?
No. What are you looking at?
Never mind.
I got it, Robbie.
It's a Beatle thing. I guess you have to be a teenager in the 70s playing your mom's and dad's albums backwards.
Turn me on, Didman. Turn me on, Didman.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so. Can I ask what I'm saying? I think a middle option would be the House of a Thousand Faces. You know, it's pretty comfortable seating with broad windows with comfortable couches. It's pretty popular here in the Blue Lake District. Although I will admit there's a bunch of mannequins there.
Does Neverwinter have a newspaper or a a board that shows what's going on, like news alert or?
We have to get
There would be, there are town criers. There would be a paper. I'm
Okay.
sure that'd be published. Yeah, I'm sure that would be published. And then there's always, over in the Protectors Enclave, there is the Hall of Justice.
So it looks
There's
like
a
we're going to be
place-
here a little bit.
Well, guys, welcome to my home.
I need to find a paint
Yeah.
shop. Paint it all burnt umber.
There you go.
So, but on back to important matters. Where do we want to eat? We have three choices of places we can go. That let's see, we've been to. I will say, I think we last time we were here, we did go to the beach Leviathan. It was pretty nice, actually. We've been to the Falling Tower.
I was hoping that at the beach Leviathan we would find out some information, and then be able to break into someone's house to get that information. I was hoping.
That's unlikely, I think.
Are we sure it's unlikely?
Depends. Do you think any? I mean, finding the information, maybe not. Raiding into someone's house because they have the information seems like a less like a good plan than anything else.
It's just a thought. What is bail?
What do you guys think? You want to pause this? What were we saying, Robbie?
What's bail like here? So we have a lot of homework, is what you're saying. Jim,
You have what?
we have a lot of homework.
If you'd like, you can do. Yeah. For like, if you want in the next week to create your crew, to create your floor plan, you're welcome to it. Like, but that's not required. Like, you could take a month or two if you really want to, right? There's no rush. It's just when you want that to be like important in the game at some point,
Right.
that's when you need to do that.
Is Sparky with us? I hope so.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Is there a dog park for me to walk him?
No dog parks. Everywhere is a dog park for Sparky. And everyone will be terrified of him starting a fire in the city.
Ooh.
So he would tone down his flames. He wouldn't actually be bursting into flames unless there was a real emergency.
So other than the Leviathan, are we hearing any rumblings about these pirates?
What pirates? There's no pirates.
Well, what's going on out in the sea?
Oh, yeah.
I just
like a ghost ship.
Yeah, it's a ghost ship. It's
Mm-hmm.
I say tomato, you say tomato. Pirates ghost.
Yeah.
Ship. Okay.
A ghost ship that eats
like a
merchant
fog,
vessels.
right?
It's like a.
Well, that's so. Everyone speculates what's in the fog, right? So.
Well, is it a Stephen King fog? Is it a kind of
it's
fog?
The fog. Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely.
I mean, it's consuming ships.
It's John Carpenter fog. Is it?
Ships sometimes go into it thinking it's just fog, and they're never seen again. Ships that are traveling together, if one ship tries to lead the way in the fog, the other ship, and this is where you've had some of your reliable information, is maybe a third ship saw the first ship vanish, and then there was horrible sounds of, maybe screams dampened through the dense fog, and so they turned, and their crew was already terrified of what was going on because of all kinds of rumors that superstitious seamen often tell tales to each other about. They're like, nope, we're out of here, right? So these sailors were like, nope, we're going to mutiny if we don't turn the ship. So one ship escaped with and never saw the other two ships that went into the mist, for example, right? Definitely not good. Something not good happened. And the men, whether they imagined it or not, definitely heard screams and crunching and, like wood being shattered, that kind of stuff. Just horrible things going on inside. Somewhere in there, they could imagine, they could hear it, right?
Yeah.
But the weather's always bad around that fog.
Well,
And then it clears up as they get away from the fog. The weather gets better.
so if that's the case, and we're picking up all this information, this kind of gives help us decide what kind of spells we're going to bring with us. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like,
I mean, I don't know how much more we're gonna find tonight, but you
No.
have especially at an actual restaurant.
You're tired of Oz's trail cooking?
Yes, I
Keep
want
him out
food
of the
that's
ship's
not.
galley. You have to keep putting out fires in the ship's galley.
Can't wait till we have an actual cook.
when we're walking about the city, do people know who we are?
Some do. So you notice there are some people that notice you and they kind of whisper to each other a little bit. At first you think it's just because, the way you choose to dress. But one of them finally comes up to you and asks if you are the heroes that rescued the kidnapped people. That wasn't that long ago, so it was maybe within the month
Kidnap
that
people.
you did that. Yeah, they got kidnapped. And
Yeah.
were you the ones that were responsible for finding and freeing them? Oh, it's
Well, in
pleasure
fact,
to meet you.
we
welcome
were.
back to welcome back to
Us.
Neverwinter.
Oz's head starts to grow up a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Like my head is starting to grow like every second, like that character from Dawson's Creek. Who was the main character? Every season his head got bigger.
Dawson?
Yeah, Dawson, yeah.
I don't know. I never watched that
You've
show.
never experienced praise like this before.
Oh, Lynn and I, we do that sometimes. We'll put on the big first season and go to the last season to see how big his head got.
As his hair recedes and his forehead just continues to grow out of his head.
Oh no, that's why we're on YouTube. I keep forgetting. You could probably find it and sue me.
Oh, probably. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. Kineas will pay your legal bills.
But I'm sure you've never seen praise like this before, huh?
No.
As a side note, he literally just came back from a place where everyone loved him and pretty much worshipped him.
Could you put out the name again on the ghost ship so I get all the spelling right?
What ship is that?
Well, the ghost ship, who's the captain again? Who do we think it is?
Oh, Farallai?
Farallai? Yeah. Lorelei?
Farallai Stormsworn.
She got a funny name, Farallai.
Yeah.
Farallai.
I'm at that stage of my life. It's called Medicare Social Security. So I forget sometimes.
Farallai. You must say the H. Farallai.
I will never honor her with an H.
What do people think of the Battle of Leylon? Any word on that? Does anyone bring that up? Do we even exist?
Yeah. No, if you're like seeking out that kind of information, hey, so I wonder what's happening. Anyone heard of news from the South? That might
We don't
that
we
might
don't
prompt
free
it.
drinks for this.
Free drinks.
You would think at some point they
if
would
you
like want to see us and talk to us about it.
sure if you want like to do like a persuasion check, it'd be like a reverse persuasion check. You want to get them to talk you into accepting a drink?
No,
Just to
I
kinda-
mean like the heads of state here
Oh.
understand that there was a battle, and you would think they'd want to talk to us about it.
No, I think that for the most part, the upper crust of the city here very self-absorbed.
Okay,
This is the jewel of the Sword Coast right here. This is
right.
the
Unless it burns down.
right, exactly, which is why they wanted to get it back to being the jewel, right? The jewel of the North. That's this. So it's got a lot of names, and they all have to do with how self-sufficient and artisanal and productive this city is. So yeah. So while you're doing your thing, you're at where did you choose to eat?
We have not decided yet.
Okay.
So, where do we want? We know where Oz wants to eat. I'm personally voting for the Mask of a Thousand Faces.
Let's go to the Thousand Faces.
Everyone else want to go.
Yeah, vote
Yeah,
with
let's do 1,000 paces.
Okay. So who here is aligned with the faction? I don't remember. So you should know your characters maybe better than I do. But who is aligned with the faction of the Harpers?
Nope.
No, I don't think
Oh,
I.
somebody is. Hold on.
Somebody was. I think
Yeah.
Cassius was.
Yeah.
And there have been other Harpers in the past, but I'm not sure who that is exactly.
I would not. Yeah, Cassius is Harper. I would not be for sure.
I know I
I
wasn't.
think weren't you aligned with the Zents at one point?
No, I forget. I have to go back and look what my guild was.
Okay.
I don't know about factions or guilds. Like I have a thieves guild that my family was a part of.
Right.
I don't know if that
The
counts as a
yeah.
faction.
Factions are almost like political forces. They're not.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I ever had
there's
that in my
there are no
characters.
chapter houses for these factions, but like there's the Lord's Alliance, there's the Emerald Enclave, there's the Zentarim, and then there's the Harpers. So those are Lord's Alliance. There's another one.
Rosic was involved in one of them, but I can't remember which one.
Gotcha. So there's another one that is not the Lord's Alliance, but it's I just can't remember off the top of my head. It's I have it somewhere in my notebook. Hold on. Search factions. See? Right there. Nope. That is not what I was looking for. Where did those come from? Nope. Wrong. That was absolutely wrong. Factions. Oh, I know if I go. Lord's Alliance.
Oh, we're going to get involved in some politics then.
So, so Harpers are the good spies, right?
In theory.
Yeah. Are there ever good spies? If there are, Harpers would be them. As a matter of fact, the Discord logo for this game is the Harpers logo. Just because I thought it was cool. Centerim. Where? I have way too many notebooks that mention the Centerim.
Go to notebooks.
A OneNote. I have OneNote. And so when you do a search, you can like do a global search. Background. The Order of the Gauntlet. That's what I was thinking of. All right. So factions of the Sword Coast include the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Emerald Enclave, the Lord's Alliance, and the Zhentarim. So the Harpers, founded more than a millennia ago, they have disbanded and reorganized several times. They remain a powerful behind-the-scenes agency that acts to thwart evil and promote fairness through knowledge rather than brute force. So their Harper agents are spies, basically, but they tend to be heavy on investigation, trying to snoop out where the bad guys are, what they're doing, and what's their time schedule so that they can try to stop them. They typically work in cells more than anything, where they kind of communicate with each other by someone traveling around, kind of passing the word, etc. So oftentimes Harpers are in the form of bards, innkeepers, rangers, clergy of gods that are aligned with the Harper's ideals, etc. The Order of the Gauntlet is one of the newer power groups in Faerun. The Order of the Gauntlet has an agenda similar to that of the Harpers, but its methods are very different. You might guess by the name. The bearers of the Gauntlet are holy warriors on a righteous quest to crush evil and promote justice. They're crush. Smash them, step on them, under the boot. The Emerald Enclave is nature and balance. They want to, generally speaking, kind of maintain the balance. So they're not necessarily good or evil aligned in any fashion, but they are looking to those who revere nature. They are trying to stop things that threaten the balance of nature and civilization.
That's Emerald Enclave.
Yeah. So those are often druids, monks, things like that, often hang out in there. So barbarians, hunters, rangers, woodsmen, druid circles, priests who revere the gods of nature. The Lord's Alliance is very different also. On one level, the agents of the Lord's Alliance are representatives of the cities and other governments that constitute the alliance, but as a faction with interests and concerns that transcend local politics and geography, the alliance has its own cadre of individuals who work on behalf of the organization's wider agenda. Alliance agents are required to be knowledgeable in history, can always rely on the aid of governments that are part of the alliance, plus other leaders and groups who uphold the alliance's ideals. The Zhentarim are the organized crime faction.
Oh, cool.
So they often deal in black market stuff. They are the black market. As a matter of fact, they are referred to as the Black Network instead of calling them by name. However, they also, while they're not flat out, sopranos, they provide a great deal of. Oh, you've dealt with the Zentrum actually when you were in Phandalin. Do you remember the Miners
Oh.
Exchange? She provided mercenary
yeah.
guards. So they also
Oh.
have kind of a brute network where they are mercenaries and they hire mercenaries. They also are shrewd business people, so they will literally provide good services, not just sanitation, but guards, caravans, that sort of thing. So those are pretty good. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's a quick overview of the factions that are established in Forgotten Realms. Okay. So you go to are you going to the House of a Thousand Faces? All right. So the House of a Thousand Faces. This used to be a clothing store, right? Kind of a haberdashery and clothing and all that kind of stuff, right? So after the explosion of the mountain that wiped out half the city, the owners stayed here instead of leaving town, and they kind of repurposed what they were doing here. So all of the mannequins and all of the fashion is 30 to 50 years out of style. Okay. And so in that vein, this place is a spectacle and it has ambiance. You ever walked into a cool restaurant that had an ambiance to it that you're like, man, this place is pretty cool?
Yeah.
There's one place in Phoenix called the Taco Guild. It used to be a Methodist church. And they took it over. And so when you go there, it's a fairly small church, but the whole main church area has all like most of the original stained glass, and then what was changed was just to fit the motif. But there's the G in things, and so that's the guild. And they have paintings on the ceilings that are all original and all this kind of stuff. So it's very old style, not quite gothic, but it kind of feels that way in some places. But it's definitely 50 plus year old church, maybe, well, nowadays probably 80 plus year old church. And there's a huge bar with a huge rack of liquor, just shelves of liquor and stuff like that. That's kind of the back centerpiece of the church, where the stage or where the raised area is, where maybe the pastor and the choir and all that stuff, that is all been replaced by this giant bar, and then behind that is the kitchen, etc., that you don't see. And they do modern Mexican food that's really, really good. But the ambiance, the whole thing is just, it's got all of this flavor to the restaurant itself, to the building, the stained glass, all this kind of, it's really kind of cool. But it's that kind of thing. It's House of Many Faces has this ambiance of stepping back in time a little bit. There's very comfortable furniture. There is a half elf behind the main bar, and there are servers who come out to take orders of what they want. So they hand out menus. There is a single page menu that kind of covers the staples, and then the server will tell you about any of the specials, the things that the chef has prepared for the evening meal for the day. And so they have some interesting dishes that all sound very appetizing, especially the way the server describes them with the specific seasonings that are being used, or the gravies or other sauces with the dish, and how it's presented and so forth. So it seems to be that they're playing to the nobles in the area, but they have a kind of a homey feel to them, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so none of you are harpers, right? That are here tonight
Nope.
at this restaurant. Okay. All right. So eventually, one person will walk over to where you're sitting, and it'll be, you know, while you have some of the initial breads and maybe the sauces for the bread, like you may dip into the bread, like a gravy or whatever, right, to get you started for your meal. And you've got your wine or other libations that you are that you're partaking in while you're dipping your breads and talking about what you're going to do while you're here in town, etc. And a young woman walks up to the table and says, "Pardon me." She looks elven, and she says, "Pardon me. Are you Kineas? Is that right?"
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Ah,
How can I
I
help you, ma'am?
see. And so these must be the Stormbreakers.
That
We
is
know.
us.
Well,
How can we help?
well done. Well done then for what has transpired here in town just a fortnight ago, I believe, where you rescued some of the kidnappees of the cult. So bravo, well
Oh,
done,
yes.
well done. And I had something of interest to share with you, Kineas, if I could speak with you privately for a moment, just a moment. I promised I'll bring him back.
Okay, will smile and then kind of look at the guy and just like nod, and he'll get up and follow her.
She says, I know that you actually have roots here in town. While the others here have joined your group, I know that you have some personal affinity for Neverwinter, so this is why I wish to speak with you.
Okay. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
I mainly just want to see if she's gonna try killing me. Yeah.
If she's gonna kill you, okay. You just want to know if she has violent intent. I got it.
Violent or at least negative intentions towards me.
Gotcha.
I couldn't get to my mute button in time, but when Zith sees this happening, you know, he has his hood on, his face probably isn't out, and he sees Kineas walking away with her. He gives like the whistle, like the something might happen, sexy boy kind of whistle, to see if he gets
Or-
embarrassed.
I'm more concerned about the rash he's been complaining about, but I'll.
Don't tell her about the rash.
Yeah, don't tell her about the rash.
Shut up. And we'll just
Terrible at whistling.
Right. All right. So you think that she is just, you know, maybe a fan, or maybe she has a concern about a local issue or an orphanage. You don't think she has any ill intent towards you at all.
Okay, cool. Ma'am, how can I help you? You mentioned about me being from here. Here, I grew up in this town.
Yes,
One
yes,
little
yes.
city of ours.
Perhaps you could walk this way, and she guides you kind of around back toward another spot. That is tends it's actually out of sight of the rest of your party, but you don't really think twice about it because she is definitely not trying to kill you or anything. And
Yeah,
right, and so she says, "I'm yes, if you wouldn't mind, could you have a seat here just briefly? I wish to share some very important information with you." And there's a little 2-seater table, and it's a private booth where there is a curtain that closes to the booth. And so she asks you to sit down.
Oh,
And
okay, at least he knows where this is going.
so she sits down and waits for you to sit.
Yeah, you may as well sit.
Okay. And then she goes, I'm sorry. One moment, please. I'll be right back. And she gets up. She goes, I forgot to get something. And she gets up, and then she closes the curtain, and you hear her walk away. But there's a lot of talking about, and there's people chit-chatting in the restaurant. There's noise and clanking of glasses and dishes and all that sort of thing. So there's plenty of ambient sound. You can't really tell which direction she walked. And then
Just nervous to meet an actual real life hero. He's thinking.
yeah. And then the whole wall. So you're sitting, to your left is the curtain, to the right is the wall, and the table is kind of there. It's not attached to the wall. It's more like a little square table, like a little 2-seater. And suddenly the whole seat that you're in moves. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, and Jim, if it matters, I couldn't figure out how to do it on the forge, but I'm not wearing my armor at the moment, so I only have an 11 AC.
Okay, cool.
So saving throw.
Yep, dexterity saving throw.
Oh, finally, a decent roll.
Catches you completely off guard, but your reflexes kick in and you hang on to the table, which is moving with you. And it literally rotates, like right out of Indiana Jones. Just the whole thing goes whoosh, and the whole table rotates, and you are in a dark room. Not to you, though. Your sight is perfect. So what you see is you are in kind of this private area that has a staircase, a spiral metal staircase going down, as if it goes down to the cellar or something, right?
Mm-hmm. So I guess the first thing I want to do is summon Anea, pop her back into existence.
All right. She shows up and lands on your shoulder.
Yep. Then I'm going to look around with my Eldritch sight to see if I see any signs of magic.
No, actually, there is no magic here at all, but there may be some, like, glistening up from that spiral staircase that goes down.
Yeah. I look at Anea and say, I can't believe I just got honey trout.
Yeah,
They're so gonna laugh at me when we come out of this.
Yeah, typical. So are you going down there? What's going on?
Well, first I'm gonna push against the wall to see if they'll bend back.
You maybe if you used enough strength, you could probably make it budge, but it appears to be mechanical. Like somebody moved a lever, and that caused the thing to go and spin around, right?
Yep. Again, Ann, just one normal night on the town. I didn't bring most of my gear. It'll reach towards the belt where you have Kalamos. He never leaves anywhere without that, but the rest of his other stuff, nope. Let's go up the staircase, I guess.
Okay, it goes down. So you get on the staircase and you begin to wind your way in circles down. It goes down a fair bit with solid walls around it until that opens up as the staircase gets to the bottom. You're met down here with a strange sight. You see that there are maybe a dozen people down here, and they are all poring over various different kinds of things down here. Two of them are like looking over a pool of water, like a brazier or a big bowl of water, and they're peering down into it, and it appears to have some magical mist to it that looks like divination magic to you. To their right, against the wall, there are some mirrors. There's 2 or 3 mirrors, and there's a few people there that are talking and pointing. And then to the left of those people, there is a large wall tapestry. And the tapestry is very wide and not very deep because it shows this section of the Sword Coast. And it's like a tapestry that depicts the area between Luskan and maybe the Mirror of Dead Men. And from here, you notice something odd. At first, you thought maybe there was a breeze that was moving the tapestry, but quickly you can see the difference of that. That the tapestry is not actually moving, but the weave of the tapestry is, and it is showing what you quickly discern to be possibly real-time information about the Sword Coast, such as weather, location of ships, that sort of thing.
And I'm assuming I see something like transmutation magic or something on it.
You see what? Oh yeah,
Transmutation magic or-
yeah, a combination of divination and probably alteration magic, I suppose. That's sort of just changing the fabric to display some information. And so that you quickly pick up that there are some pretty decent magic users, specialized magic users in this area. And then from behind, like kind of around the corner, this room is almost L-shaped, and from around the corner, a woman comes around the corner. She's human, and she says, "Ah, Caneus, it's it's good to meet you, but I'm sorry for the circumstances. I must tell you that the dreadnought is fast approaching Neverwinter, and I think you should take."
Go ahead.
No, and I think you should move to intercept.
James will immediately perk up. Mention the dreadnought.
Yeah. So
How-
she walks
how far
over.
away?
She walks over to the tapestry, and she says, "From the information we're able to gather, this ship and this ship." And she names the ships, and these are merchant ships traveling to and from Luskan and this and that, and these go over to the Moonshay Isles, etc. And they have all. We've been able to see from those ships that there is a very strange and magical fog bank that's moving southerly. It's here right now. And so there's just kind of a representation of it. It's not like you can see the actual fog bank. It's more like almost like a weather map, like this spirally looking thing that's kind of just like a cloud or something. And so it then suddenly updates and it goes bloop and it moves a little bit further south, like just an inch or so on the map as it kind of yes. And so it should be somewhere. We're not exactly able to track it. It seems to be resistant to our scrying, but it should be traversing the Neverwinter delta, offshore quite a ways. But I think if you get out there, you might be able to intercept it sometime before dawn. I hope your ship is ready.
I can get it ready pretty quickly. It's gonna be a little bit, probably about an hour or so to take the roundup of the rest of the crew. It should be doable. Any word on the state of the Talos forces? I know they took some pretty bad damage right against Leylon.
I believe the dreadnought is
I
well
haven't heard.
staffed, so I would use caution in how you deal with it.
And so, just to repeat, she mentioned there was more than one ship.
That they are triangulating with. They're using merchant ships or other ships to kind of triangulate the position of this stormy fog bank.
So before I go charging off to do my job, may I at least know who have the audacity to honey trap me?
Oh, that was Kestrel. Sorry. I use her for that occasionally, to kind of get people down here without anyone really knowing. So.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll forgive me, we have much work to do. I suggest you move along. Gather your Stormbreakers, and if you intend to stop them, then you should set sail sooner than later.
Will do. And just to ask, what group are you with?
What do you mean, what group?
Are you the Harpers? Are you the Gauntlet? I mean, I'm not stupid. I know there are plenty of groups who are probably very interested in stopping this, but I'm not sure which one you're part of.
Well, we can just say it's Harper adjacent.
Interesting. I will have more questions when I get back from freaking the storm. Also, how do I get out of here?
You may go back up the stairs and sit back down at the table.
Okay.
Good luck and Godspeed.
I'll do my best. I'll head back on the stairs and say, well, that could have gone worse. I say to Anea.
Lucky.
Yeah, she was pretty. You think I have a chance after I do all this and she stops trying to...
Not even close. But
you have an easier time building a snowman in my temple than you do.
when you wake up, you'll realize it. So you're sitting there, nothing's happening. You're just sitting there, and you're just still sitting there in this little small room that has this staircase going down. And all of a sudden, lurch, and it goes, spins you around pretty fast. And then the curtain opens, and the young elf, all you see is just like the tail end of the dress she was wearing, and she's gone. She's gone back around to do whatever else she's doing. Maybe she's like seating people, or she's sitting at a table with others, or actually she wouldn't be there. She would just be gone, like around the corner or something, and when you go look, she's not there. All right, so Kineas, you're done. You get up from the table and you look around, and nobody seemed to have noticed that you were gone at all. I mean, the curtain was closed. Nobody heard anything, apparently. The people that are closest to your little private booth, they have private booths too. And so some of them have the curtains closed, and you can hear some chitter chatter going on behind. You can't really make out what they're saying. Others have the curtain open, and they're either waiting for people to join them, or they are just eating with the curtain open, like they don't need it to be private. So, but nothing fancy is going on over on this side of the restaurant floor. So you start to head back towards your table, and they're all wondering where the heck you went.
Well,
Or maybe not Oz's.
Good dinner. hope you had a good meal. It's time we need to head out. We have a storm to break.
Why?
I just found out where the dreadnought
Then Oz just kind of looks at him, tells him to sit down closer, and goes, "Speak up. Come on, talk, man."
is. And I will explain everything, not hiding the fact that I was totally honey trapped. Also about the very pretty human woman who kind of just ordered me to, told me about this stuff and was supposedly Harper adjacent.
Does he have to roll a persuasion to convince us?
He's just telling the story. You can decide to be convinced or not.
Okay.
Sounds like you're not.
I mean, and
No,
Nana says I don't have a snowman chance in hell, but no, I think she's wrong. But anyway, yeah, we need to get going.
So we noticed that he shook up, and he must be telling the truth. Did you get her name?
Nah, that's the name of the half elf, the pretty half elf girl.
He just
We
rolls
were
his
very
eyes
much refusing.
out. He looks around the bar like all the half elves. He's like, okay, yeah, that narrows it down.
No, the other girl was the one I'm talking about was the human. He
Oh, okay.
refused to give me her name or what organization she works with.
Well, we know we have to go after this ship. So this ghost mystery pirate ship, whatever. I still think it's a pirate ship. That's just their ruse is to make everyone think they're a ghost.
We've literally seen the ship before.
Well, we'll find
We
out.
had that big fight on the water. I knocked Fairlight over the
We've
boat.
been on the ship.
Yeah.
We were on the ship, right?
I-
We saw the guys singing to the night down below.
I hope he's still alive.
Yeah, we were on it.
It exists.
Dell,
Well,
I know you're new.
let's go. It's coming
Let's do it.
south. I know that much.
Yeah, Dell, I know you're new to all this. I hope you don't feel pushed into coming with us, but
Like to
we
swim.
are Stormbreakers, and this is our storm to break.
Well,
For
we need to sit down and think about the spells we're taking.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We have literally till dawn. We have to get going now. You can do that on the ship, but we have till dawn to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys outfit and get over to your ship, and you get on board the ship and you set sail west out into deep water. And the weather, which was already winter, like not quite blustery, but not cold and damp and heavy clouds. The clouds just get worse as you travel, and you notice that the storm begins to build, so you know that you must be headed the right direction. And then in the distance, you see the clouds all the way to the sea, all the way to the water level. And as you get a little closer, you notice those clouds are thicker in an area to the north than they are in other parts. It's dark, but some of you have pretty good vision, and but you notice that as the storm continues to build, suddenly a giant eagle swoops down from the storm clouds above, and on its back is a half-orc. And you can tell because he's got the typical green skin and very large teeth tusky mouth. A typical half orc regalia on, but armored. So he's an armored rock flying half orc, and he does have kind of this lance with him that he's also sporting, while this rock swoops out of the sky and comes down. And as it swoops somewhat near your ship, he yells out in rough common, "Best change course, or you shall face a reckoning." And he swoops up, and looks like he's kind of way at the end of the longer ranges of things that you have to aim at him, but he's coming back around and to see if their ship is changing course or not. What do you tell your captain to do?
Charge forward.
Yeah. Does everyone agree with that?
Absolutely.
Do we
I'm good with it.
fireballing?
Yeah. All right.
Well-
And
well,
so
I
then
have-
at that point, yes.
Do we
Well, I mean-
fireballing right out of the sky?
I would hope that, from now to next Tuesday, we get to choose our spells.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going to kind of, I wanted to get your intention. You're definitely not listening to this guy, and you are preparing for potential fight as he's coming back towards you.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Then also you notice this rock as it's swooping down. It's moving. It's very large claw. So this bird is huge, right? Do you understand? Rock-sized bird.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it moves its claws forward, so you can see its legs moving forward, and its claws look like they're coming forward, like it's getting ready to maybe snatch someone up. That's what it's kind of looking like, right? It's got this look in its eye like it's seen a lovely little mouse and it's going to eat it. Meanwhile, the half orc on the back lowers his lance. And that is where we will pick up next week.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool.
How
All
the
right.
heck are they
Well-
feeding that thing?
How do they what?
Feeding the rock.
Yeah. Sailor kibble.
I mean, those things are big enough to eat elephants.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right. So there you go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad that we finally got to pick up our story and continue it on. And so looking forward to see where this goes.
So we
you
got a lot of work to do between now and next week.
Yep, you got some stuff to do. If you want to crank out your crew and you want to work on your floor plan, you are absolutely most welcome to do that. You can send that stuff to me in private chat if you want, or in the out of character chat, whatever you like. And in the meantime, any questions come up, feel free to hit me up in chat. Happy to answer your questions for you and help you out if you need help with anything. So to our internet audience, thank you for joining us. We hope you come back again next week, all two of you. Please look forward to seeing you. Tell a friend. I would say tell a friend, but I don't know if you have any. Because
That's
it's
just
just maybe the two of you are friends with each other, and that's it. That's why. Otherwise, if you actually have a friend, like Zith, he has friends, right? Jay has friends. If you have friends, tell them about the stream. We will bore the hell out of whoever watches, as you know. But you are all welcome to be here and join in the death of this party, death by rock. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Right.
Okay, kids.
It's rock music.
Okay.
The
Are we
flying
signing
rock.
out?
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.